All right, hear me out. If not for the bottom of the seventh inning, the Padres probably win this game. No, seriously, if you take the 10-run inning away, I'm not asking for a lot. If you took the 10 runs that the Yankees scored in the seventh inning, I wonder if the Yankees even win this game. All right, Padres 6-game winning streak is over. Yankees with a 10-run seventh. Other than that, Mrs. Lincoln, how was the play? Padres had a brief lead in the top of the seventh inning. Fernando Tatis Jr. trying to play hero. Wandy Peralta had other ideas. He allowed 3 inherited runners to score and then 6 earned runs in relief of Adrian Morejon. Michael King was good, although he had some postgame quotes where he said he didn't have anything as he went 6 innings, allowed 2 runs. Padres 6-game losing streak or winning streak is over. They'll try to win the series tomorrow against the Yankees. So make your way in. Subscribe. We have year-round content for you. We blew past 8,400 subscribers yesterday. Help us get to 8,500. So please subscribe. Smash the like button for us. You can follow us on X at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Thank you for the super chats. As always, we appreciate your support of our work and the channel. If you want to make sure you see your comment on screen, if you have a question, if you want to control the direction of the conversation, click the $ below the chat box. We'll get to the super chats. If you want to become a member, click the join button down below. For a while, it looked good, Jim. They led 2-0. Yankees tied it up. Tatis gave them a lead. You went to your bullpen. I think 13 times they took a lead to the seventh inning this year, and they won all 13 of those games. 5 of
Not
those
tonight.
were one-run games. Yeah, 5 of those were one-run games in the seventh inning. The spoiler alert is that Adrian Morejon and Wandy Peralta combined to allow 10 runs in one inning here tonight as the Padres lose 12-3.
Yeah, probably, last night we were talking about the bullpen.
Oh, you put out like videos, like
very ironic, yeah. But probably shouldn't have put Morejon in like,
oh yeah, your 4 horsemen,
like the top of the pecking order when it comes to the bullpen. Yeah, that didn't even get off the
down to 3 horsemen.
Didn't even get off the ground. One of the horsemen's dead.
That's hilarious talent.
I think one of the 4 horsemen's literally called death, and that would be Adrian Morejon after tonight.
It wasn't all his fault. I mean, he wasn't good, but then Wandy came on.
He fucking sucked.
No, Wandy was way worse, dude. He left with the bases loaded, 1 out. There are relievers that could have helped get him out of that spot. It would have looked way better, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't like Morejon was any. I mean, yeah,
Wandy was better than Peralta.
Morejon was better than Peralta. I'll give you that. But still, they were both awful tonight, especially Wandy Peralta.
Yeah, Peralta allowed 3 inherited runners to score and 6 runs in 2/3.
And a grand slam.
That's hard to do, man. That's hard to do in 2/3. 9 runs across the plate with him on the mound. That's what happened.
Like, honestly, you almost have to just laugh this one off. Like, this was ridiculous tonight. Like, I want to get upset, but I can't. We all know that Wandy Peralta going into this game with a 1-something ERA was not. What was it?
1.35.
Yeah. We all knew that a Wandy Peralta with a 1.35 ERA was not the real Wandy Peralta.
Yeah, like, it made no sense.
Not even close. That was all like, no, stop. Even though his ground ball rate, I'm assuming, and I get why they brought him in, is they brought him in to look for a ground ball. He gave up balls that were hit over the wall.
No, he just gave up balls. He came on the first batter he faced was a 4-pitch walk.
I know, and then he
run and. Yeah. There were hard hit balls and there were walks, and there was the ball that ate up Manny, and then there was the grand slam from Austin Wells, who had 2. He had a grand slam and an RBI single, I think, in the inning.
Dude, like,
this is the worst inning ever. And if they hadn't won 6 straight, you'd worry more. Than this means nothing to me. To JD Gaucho's point, everyone has one bad inning. Flush it away next.
Here's the inning.
I tend to agree. To your point, though, Peralta was going to come back to earth. Like the fact that he had a 1.35 and we were pretending like that was real, and I'm guilty as charged. I'm like, oh, he's turned it around, man. He's like, he's unbelievable. And now he's got a 5.14, and he's going to have a 4 ERA this year. So yeah, I mean that inning is a bad inning, but they still have the best bullpen ERA somehow in baseball, even with the inning. They still have the best bullpen ERA in baseball. It's 2.38. It went up from like 1.7.
Yeah, I mean, here's the inning. All right. Jason Dominguez gets a double. Anthony Volpe singles. So now you got first and third, no outs. Austin Wells singles to right tie game. Oswaldo Cabrera, he gets out by popping out on a bunt.
They basically gave the Padres now.
Right. Like it would have been worse if that didn't happen.
He swung.
Yeah. Then they bring in Paul Goldschmidt, the steals, and then it's an easy walk. So now you have the bases loaded. Then you bring in Wandy Peralta, and at that point it's 3-3. So you're right. Adrian Morejon didn't have a complete absolute
imagine,
blow up.
Just hear me out real quick. Let's say Jason Adam comes in right there. I don't, not to argue that. Let's just say he spins a double play ball.
Okay.
It's 3-3. We're still playing right now.
True. Now, did Jason Adam pitch last night? I forget.
He did, right?
Did he? He's been used a lot recently.
They've used him a lot. I get the usage that they did tonight. They've won 6 straight games, so they've been using their A team,
If, let's just say this. If this were a playoff game, Jason Adam is in that situation, not Wandy freaking Peralta. All right. So it's 3-3. They bring in Wandy Peralta, 1 out, looking for the double play. That's exactly what Mike Schilt thought. We all know it.
Mm-hmm.
4-pitch walk to Trent Grisham. It's 4-3. Ben Rice double, 6-3. Then they intentionally walk Aaron Judge. Oh, great. Then Cody Bellinger, single, 7-3. Jason Dominguez flies out to Oscar Gonzalez. Anthony Volpe, single off of Manny's glove. Austin Wells, grand slam, 12-3.
That's when you felt like they might not be coming back in this one.
Yeah, listening to it on the radio was so funny because Jesse was. It happened so quick. It was single,
fast, dude.
Yeah, it's up singles off Manny's glove, 7-3, and next grand slam. Oh shit!
I think Kevin had in his article tonight. They had allowed something like Jim, the bullpen had allowed 20 earned runs, right? Something absurd. I mean, it was more than 20, but 25 this year. This is game 35, and they allowed 10 in an inning, 10 earned runs in an inning. And what I would say to that is it's baseball. HBBBV, thank you for the super. Yeah. He says, blame Melanie Morejon. Adrian can't focus. I think
it's his girlfriend. Girlfriend's a smoke show. That's what he's referring to. So I get it. But
I mean, his numbers before tonight with his girlfriend were sub 2 ERA.
Yeah,
coming
in. What game is today? It was game 35. All right. For the first real blow up, spectacular.
It was a blow up.
Oh, yeah. If you're going to blow up, you blow up like that.
You don't give up 10 runs in the inning all year.
That was spectacular. If their first bullpen just what the hell just happens in game 35 of the season, that means things are going pretty well for your bullpen.
Dude, you're 100% right. This was the big Bay boom that went wrong when they fired
all the fireworks blew up
in 2 minutes when it was supposed to be third. This was the big Bay boom on May 6th. I mean, can that happen at Yankee Stadium? Can that just happen in general? Of course it can. And to Schilt and Niebla's credit, I'm not going to go. You're going to wear it. Wanda, you got to wear it, dude. And I'm not going to go turn to Jeremiah Estrada now that I'm down 7-3. Who are you going to turn to? And you got to be thinking about tomorrow. You're facing Max Fried tomorrow. So I'm trying to save for tomorrow. I still want to win this series. This isn't the final game of the year. So yeah, I mean, they completely, and could they have gone to Peralta earlier? No. Morejon faced 4 batters. I think. He might have
he did.
It just is what it is.
4 or 5, I think.
You can't break this thing down. The only thing you can do is say it happens sometimes and move on, and I don't expect it to happen again tomorrow. JD's third says, and thank you for the super, says, Mike said Wandy will pitch tomorrow, no hesitation. Oh, give me a break. I have hesitation.
Dude, did he really say that? Was he backing Wandy? I'll go to Wandy tomorrow if the opportunity presents itself.
I need that audio. Is that true? Because I didn't watch 1 second of postgame. I was too glued to this Warriors T-Wolves second quarter to be doing that. I mean, he only threw 26 pitches to allow 9 runs. I mean,
That's
6 of them
incredible.
were his, 3
Yeah.
were inherited, but 26 there's no chance Wandy Peralta appears tomorrow. None.
No, none. I mean, he is going to get other opportunities for sure, but you know, eventually as the season progresses, Wandy Peralta will be used less and less in high leverage situations. That's my guess.
100 pitches. The thing is, when you win every night the way they were winning,
Yeah.
you're gonna use your whole bullpen because you
Yeah.
to your point, you can't turn to Estrada, Adam, Suarez, Morejon every game. They had won 6 straight. They were 23-11 coming in. They were winning more than 2 out of every 3 coming in, which means you're using your top relievers a ton, probably too much. And to your point, if it's game 3 of the NLCS, yeah, there's no excuse here. But it's not game 3 of the NLCS. The crazy thing about this is the Padres had multiple leads. They don't lose games with multiple leads. Like, they don't. Like, without exception this year, that's not happening. Led 2-0. All right, Yankees tied up. No big deal. Take a 3-2 lead in the 7th inning. I'm thinking they're going to win this game. After that Tatis double, and then bases loaded, by the way, for Manny Machado, he strikes out. We should get into that, Jim, and we will. They had so many opportunities in this game, not to score 13 runs. I mean, they were never going to score 13 runs in this game, but they easily could have scored 5, 6, 7. Xander in the first inning grounded out with runners in second and third and 2 outs. Xander in the 4th inning, first and second, nobody out, flat out to left. Manny Machado bases loaded, top of the 7th inning, 3-2 lead, strikes out. Like, they had chances, Jim, to score another 5+ runs in this game. They didn't. And the Yankees took advantage there late.
Yeah, they're 1 for 7 with runners in scoring position. You could have really made it hurt there in the first inning. Xander didn't come through, had a bad game at the plate.
This is our fault.
Yeah, it's our fault. We hyped up Xander too much.
We were saying,
sorry.
What a week.
We're like, damn, dude, this is a banner week for Xander. And then, man, what we said, the bullpen is the greatest bullpen of all time. And Xander, wow, back to form. Bullpen.
Dude, the baseball gods are like, shut up.
Yeah, Xander's not back. And the bullpen, some of the guys in the bullpen aren't going to keep these numbers all year long. So stop it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I completely agree.
And as far as like a strategy standpoint goes, because I'm sure there's people out there that are upset, like, why didn't they go to Estrada there, or why didn't they go to Adam there, or what? Here's the thing:
too much.
Like you said, they pitch too much. This is a long game situation. This game 35 of the year.
Where's Talking Friars bullpen chart?
Where is Talking Friars bullpen chart? It's good call.
Hey, Ben, a little less. Oh, actually, you did send it out today.
What's a little less doing something else and a little more watching the game in bullpen chart.
So Estrada had pitched back-to-back days. Adam had pitched 2 of the last 3 days. Morejon coming in had pitched 2 days ago. I mean,
Adam didn't pitch Monday night, but he pitched. Yeah,
but he pitched Sunday and Saturday.
Okay, yeah, dude. Here's the thing: Estrada was down tonight, no question about it.
Yep.
Probably Adam's down tonight. All right. That's just what it was. Peralta, he was obviously ready to go. I'm sure Alec Jacob was ready to go. Morejon obviously ready to go.
Was he?
Matsui, I'm guessing, was down tonight. He's pitched 3 of the last 4 games. So guess what? If tomorrow they have a 2-1 lead in the 8th inning, guess what? Jeremiah Estrada, he's ready to go. Jason Adam, he's ready to go. And Robert Suarez, he's ready to go because they didn't use them tonight. And what if they win tomorrow? Because I'm not going to say punted today because they didn't punt. They had different matchups ready to go from out of the bullpen. But guess what? Tomorrow you got Adam on 2 days rest. You got probably Estrada, depending on what they want to do with him. He's pitched, 3 last 4 days, and I would assume he's gonna be ready because he had today off. But Adam will be ready. Suarez will be ready, and yeah.
Okay, Adam wasn't down tonight because multiple people say he was warming up behind Wandy.
Okay,
in that 7th inning, but I don't go to Adam there either. I'm not going to go to Adam now trailing In fact, I don't prefer to go to him there in a tie game either. And here's what you're doing if it's the postseason. It's Estrada, Adams, Suarez, but it's not the postseason. So it's not worth crying over, really. I mean, over the course of 162, to your point, there's going to be nights where guys are down. And if it wasn't Adam tonight, it was Estrada. Like, again, if this is the postseason, Estrada might start that seventh inning. It's not the postseason. Morejon started the seventh inning. So there's no doubt Estrada was down. He had pitched back-to-back days. They've won 6 straight. I'm just going to assume that Jeremiah Estrada was down here tonight for the Padres. By the way, Jackson Merrill returned tonight.
Oh, yes. The story that we should have led the show with instead of got their ass whooped.
He ripped a double down the right field line in his first AB. He well-placed a single down the left field line in his second AB. He would tag and score on a sac fly to make it 2-0 when he had to hustle down the line and slide. The throw was up the line. He also had to hustle out of the box in the first to go to second on that double down the right field line. So he was impressive considering the fact that he had missed a month and 24 consecutive games. I saw someone in the chat said, hey, Toddy needs a day. He's not himself. I mean, he had 2 hits, including the go-ahead double in the 7th inning. Toddy doesn't need a day. Like, you need to play Toddy. That's how I look at it.
Right.
And they'll get a day on Thursday, which is going to be an off day. But I'd be surprised if at Yankee Stadium they're sitting any regular. Tomorrow, it's a night game, not a day game following this night game. So, but again, on Merrill, Jim, I mean, it's good to have him back. And they didn't win, but it's not because of Jackson Merrill.
No, he looked fantastic tonight. Hitting the ball hard. I think it's the first hit of the game for him. That double was like 105 off the bat. So, like, he's good. Was running good, looked good. So, yeah, it's just nice to have him back in the lineup. And when you have a top 4 of Tatis, Arraez, Manny, Merrill, it's good. That's good.
I mean, it's 6 hits. You know,
I know.
Manny 2, Merrill 2, Toddy 2, Arraez 0 for 3 with a walk. I mean, you're right. I'm with you. That top 4, you put Cronenworth eventually in there. Hopefully, Bogarts plays well enough, and you got something. I mean, you have more than something. You know, you got a good top 5, 6, if not more than that.
Yeah, Gavin Sheets had a good night at the plate, 2 for 3. Wadey continues to be reliable. He had a hit tonight, 1 for 2. So yeah, I mean, look, it's one of those games where, yeah, you would have obviously we would have loved them to win this game, and they had a chance and they had an opportunity. But once they give up, that bullpen gives up 10 in an inning. It's like you almost just have to be like, okay.
Now, did you think after they allowed 10 in the 7th inning, they might not win the game? It crossed my mind once the 10th run crossed the plate that the Padres might not win tonight.
Bro, as soon as it was like 7-3, I was like,
this game was over. As soon as it was 4-3, it's like it felt as if once Tatis gave them the lead, they were either going to do what they always do, which is hold the lead, or this was the first time all year, basically, this has happened. That is crazy. In the 35th game, if this is going to happen every 35th game, it's only going to happen 4-ish times all year. So you can live with it. It is not a night to panic over. They're still 4-1 on this road trip. They could certainly win 6+ games on this trip. Yes, it's max free tomorrow. That is not easy, but it is a 3-game series in Colorado. All right, guys, if you are here, please subscribe. Year-round content for baseball fans, and smash that like button for us. Follow us on X at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD, and support our title sponsor, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance, because we can't do this channel as often as we do, and these streams without his support, without your support, everyone here live and on replay. We do appreciate Mark, our title sponsor. If you have any insurance need, as you know, get in contact with him. I've got homeowners, life, and earthquake insurance. I had to file a claim a couple of years ago. He took care of everything, saved us so much time and money. So thankful to Mark for that. But if you need auto or home or renters or life, before you just renew your current policy, get in contact with Mark. San Diegan, lifelong Padres fan, supporter of the channel. Click the link in the description down below or call Mark. He'll give you free quotes online. He'll talk to you about the Padres. Great insurance agent. Take that from us. Great service and communication. And get in contact with our title sponsor, Mark Nimitz.
All his information is on that ticker below, mnimitz at farmersagent.com. When you reach out to Mark, let him know that John and Jim from the Wrap-Up Show sent you.
No doubt about it. All right, back to the chat here and the super chat from our buddy the Beef. Thank you, man, for the very generous super chat. Again, we do appreciate your super chats here tonight. Just click the $ below the chat box. We'll make sure to pull them up and react. He says this was bound to happen with a taxed bullpen. Rip the Band-Aid off and win tomorrow. Merrill looked good. Crony homer in El Paso. That's right. Expected to be back Friday. Wash it and move on. We're fine. That's the right perspective. Like if anyone's going to pound their fists and say, how could Schilt do this? Or what's wrong with Adrian Morejon? You just can't. 162 games is such a ridiculous total that we sometimes gloss over. I mean, look at like an NBA regular season. There's just games in there that some teams just have no business of even trying to win. And this is twice the length of an NBA regular season. So this is an inevitability within a 162 game season, and it caught the Padres tonight.
It's happened in like the postseason where you just
absolutely.
You just punt on the game and you just regroup and move on. Like that's just kind of at times these things are going to happen. It's just this was a very spectacular way of it happening and something that we haven't seen from this bullpen all year long. And it's taken 35 games for it to happen, which is very impressive. So look, I'm not upset at all about tonight's game. The strategy of it, I understand what Schilt was doing. Could he have gone to Adam? Yeah, he could have. And maybe instead of a 12-3 game, it ended up being like a 4-3 game or a 5-3, 7. You know what?
Yep.
Whatever. But it is a long season. They have to manage this thing out and manage it like it is a long season, which it is. And so, I mean, look, if you're going to give up just, a million runs, why not have it be Wandy Peralta do that instead of like Robert Suarez,
Completely.
Just have
I'm looking at appearances, Jim. Like, okay, so for example, this was coming into tonight, but I can update. So Morejon, 18 appearances. Estrada, 18 appearances. Adam, 18 appearances. Like that's more than half their games. Let's do the math on that. High leverage, top flight relievers, and someone could check me on this, are not typically going to throw more than half of a team's games. Like that's a huge usage ratio. If you're going to tell me at the end of the year that Jason Adams is going to appear in 86 games, that's a crazy usage ratio. Go look at top games from relievers for the Padres over the last 5 years, right? There's nobody appearing in 87 games or something like that out of their bullpen. I think 70 games is high usage. So they're going to have to curtail it, is my point. They're using guys 18 times in the first 34 games. You know how they get away with that? All the off days.
Yep.
In the second half of the season, you're not going to pitch guys 18, 19 times over a 34-game stretch would be my guess. So they've maximized those off days, but you're not going to see Robert Suarez appear in 85 games this year as the Padres closer. That's just not how this sport works, No,
you'll see him max out at like
60 something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, and even then, that's still a lot for a reliever.
I agree.
Like, I would be curious how many innings he pitched last year?
Like I'm looking at last year. Last year, Robert Suarez appeared in 65 games. That was the most games any reliever appeared in for the Padres. 65. They got guys right now that have appeared in more than half their games.
And if you were to ask the Padres, give me your ideal like appearances by like Robert Suarez and these certain guys, they're not saying 65. They're saying like 55. They don't want to tax these guys to where we get to the postseason and they're just like dead. So there are some games you need to have others step up, and tonight that did not happen. Wandy Peralta shit the bed. Adrian Morejon shit the bed. It happens, and you move on. Now you face a really tough lefty tomorrow. Probably, I would say, just with like, would you say that Max Fried's the best pitcher in baseball right now?
I think the numbers would back it up. 6-0 with a 1.01, I think would back it up. Yeah.
So tomorrow's a game that could be low scoring if Dylan Cease could like get his head out of his ass and put together a good outing.
Yeah, if he can keep the Yankees to low score, it might be low scoring.
But tomorrow could be a 3-2 game, could be a 2-1 game. And guess what? Now you got Estrada, Adam, and Suarez all ready to go. Yes, you would have loved to win tonight, so then you don't have to worry about tomorrow. As far as like, oh, you already won the series. Okay, get out of Dodge, win 2 or 3, you feel good. Move to Colorado, whip their ass, move on from there. But
I agree with that. And I see, we need to have that conversation. Like, it's concerning. It really is. I mean, is it too early to say it's concerning? Maybe.
yeah.
Maybe it is. But at what point will we say it's not too early to say it's concerning?
So
tomorrow's his 8th start. I mean, do we need to see 10 starts where he's off before we say it's concerning? I'm fine with that. I can give it another start or two, but I know I'm not going to be feeling all good inside if he goes 4 innings tomorrow and allows 3 runs on 88 pitches.
I'm trying to look to see what his worst stretch was last year.
He had a bad stretch after the no-hitter, didn't he?
He did. So June. Okay, so really his only. Okay, here we go. From August 11th to September 7th. So that's a span of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 starts.
Okay.
All right, 6 starts. Very subpar. 5 innings, 5 runs. 5 2/3, 3 runs. 6 1/3, 3 runs. That's good. 4 1/3, 4 runs. 5 innings, 3 runs. 6 innings, 4 runs. And then he turned it around. But that was his worst stretch of the year last year. He also, early on in the season, had a couple starts where he's like 3 2/3, 7 runs, followed by 4 2/3, 4 runs. But then he immediately went 7 innings, 1 run. He's just inconsistent sometimes. But yeah, he had a couple stretches last year. We went 5 2/3, 3 runs, 4 innings, 5 runs, 6 2/3, 4 runs, 5 1/3, 3 runs, 6 innings, 3 runs. So yeah, you're probably right. Tomorrow's a game where it's like, all right,
8 starts. Like you gotta be good tomorrow.
Let's get a 7 inning, 2 runs or less outing from you. 9 strikeouts, 1 walk. Like that's what we're looking for tomorrow from you. Right?
Yeah. I mean, that would be great. I would take 6+ innings, 2 runs or less. Like, I feel like he kind of owes us with that one. Like, I feel like he
owes me and
point.
You, yes.
I mean, just, I don't know. Like, they acquired a top flight,
I know,
ace caliber pitcher that's going to get paid $200 million this offseason by some big market team. So let's see that right now. And I hope that we will. I'd prefer to see it in the second half than the first half, but we'll look up in a month. We're going to say we're pushing the second half of the year. Danny Redbirds, thank you, man, for the super chat. He says, let's all be cool, Friar Faithful. What does this mean, Jim?
Just a glitch. Go
Goose
Dads.
Fraba.
I don't know what the Goose Fraba means.
Just a glitch, go Dads. Someone explain that. Danny, follow up. What does that mean? But thank you, man, for the super chat. Everything's fine, man. They're 23-12. They had equaled the 98 Padres, by the way, for the best start at 23-11.
Really? Okay.
Before losing here tonight. So they're completely fine. I'm excited about tomorrow's matchup with Cease and Fried. And hopefully they bounce back and pick up what would be a pretty marquee win to win that series and hand Max Fried his first loss of the year. Robert, thank you for the super. He says, win the series tomorrow. All sins are forgiven. 1,000%. If they can win the series tomorrow, that is a hell of a start to a road trip. They'd be 5-1. They'd be back to 667 baseball if they can win again tomorrow.
And even if not, okay, you've put together so far 4-2 trip going to Colorado. Take advantage.
6-3 or better.
Go into a 3 there, exactly. 6-3 road trip. Everybody would have said yes if you said 6-3 road trip. Here you go on a silver platter last Friday, right?
Yes. Have you ever seen the movie Anger Management? Is that what that was from?
I think I have. Not really quite sure.
I haven't. Never heard of it.
I probably have it. I just don't remember.
Okay. But yes, to your point, 6-3 on the trip or better still.
Yeah.
I mean, they could lose tomorrow and sweep Colorado and go home 7-2.
Yeah, I think the big, like, if you're asking me, all right, Jim, what's the big takeaways for tonight? One, Jackson Merrill looked really good. Okay. Two,
Mhm.
Toddy swung a good bat tonight. He had that RBI double there in the 7th. That was
Mhm.
nice. Manny
Yeah.
remains hot. Okay. Michael King, still very good. Right.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
So yeah, and Gavin Sheets had a nice night as well. So those are my takeaways from tonight. But the biggest takeaway is Jackson Merrill back, healthy, looks good, had a double, looked good at the plate, looked good in the base on the base pass, looked good defensively. And you forget how hot he started his season. And you're like, oh shit, he's 2 hits tonight, 390, 1105 OPS.
Oh,
Not a
yeah.
lot of plate appearances, but like 41 total. But still, I mean, his season right now, 393 home runs, 10 RBI, and 1105 OPS. Like he's done more in 41 at bats than Xander's done all season long, minus the 3 games he was really good
We're back to taking shots at Xander.
at.
All is
Yes,
right
we
on
are.
the wrap-up show. If you want to see Xander in person, along with Jackson Merrill, you can do so with our friends over at SeatGeek. Because if you use our exclusive promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP, you're getting $20 off your first ticket order at SeatGeek of $50 or more. That's $20 off your first purchase with promo code PODSWRAP. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. We thank SeatGeek, again, the official ticketing marketplace of Major League Baseball. Whatever it is this weekend, there's so many things you could check out, obviously in San Diego or Southern California. Padres will be home next week. You see Padres Angels, tickets starting at under $50, but there's the Breeders' Cup this fall. There's SDFC. There are concerts. There are shows. Shakira is playing here this summer and much, much more. So if you want $20 off your first order of $50 or more, click the link in the description down below. Use promo code PODSWRAP.
Yeah, just open up your SeatGeek app right now. It's official partner with baseball, so every ticket's guaranteed. The best thing about the SeatGeek app, too, by the way, is when you let's just go to a Padres game where they take on the Angels here. Two
Yeah.
tickets. Here's the thing. When you scroll here, it shows you right here, 10, amazing deal. That means that you're
Mm-hmm.
getting an amazing deal for tickets. I know you can't really see it because of the screen, but
You can right here. It says,
okay, there you go.
yeah, maybe you can. That's a 10, what I just clicked on.
Okay, perfect.
$52 with fees, by the way.
Yeah. And if you use our promo code PODSWRAP, that's $20 off your first SeatGeek order. Can't get any better than that. So if you want to go to the Padres Angels game, use our promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP for $20 off your first SeatGeek order. Get the SeatGeek app today, get some tickets, use our promo code, and enjoy the games.
All right, back to the conversation again. The Padres will try to win a series Wednesday night at Yankee Stadium. They'll have Thursday off. They'll go to Colorado. We now wait on Jake Cronenworth. Today's corresponding move for Jackson Merrill, Luis Campusano, who truly had a cup of coffee, Jim. I mean, I think he was up for either 4 or 5 games. I think it was the road trip. So 3 games in Pittsburgh. Yeah, had some walks. Didn't have a hit. I didn't really know what his role was going to be. Again, he hasn't supplanted these catchers. I think we know all we need to know about Campy because he's lost his ability to catch in the major leagues per the Padres, essentially, because they're using Diaz and who else?
Maldonado.
As opposed to him. So, yeah, can you DH? Can you be a platoon DH? Yes. But then in a roster crunch situation, you're going back down. So, Merrill up, Campy down. What happens Friday when Cronenworth is activated? Is that Oscar Gonzalez, who has kind of just been there playing a lot, but how meaningful has he been for this team? So we think we'll see Cronenworth, and then we go from there. But I mean, they're pretty healthy, truthfully. I mean, they're in a spot where their lineup looks like it should look. Their rotation has been pretty darn good. Their bullpen, tonight withstanding, has been pretty darn good. And it's not really about health right now for me. I mean, yeah, you get Cronenworth back. We'll talk about Darvish in the weeks ahead, but they're healthy enough that they should be winning, and they have to this point.
Yeah, they're getting healthier. And I think, regardless of the outcome tonight, just seeing Jackson Merrill back in the lineup just gives you confidence.
Yeah.
When you go Tati, Arise, Manny, Merrill, you feel confident in that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, you're going to get Cronenworth back this weekend, and you're like a sigh of relief. Now, I still got to go out and play good baseball, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you could just keep this thing together and withstand any type of injuries for a good stretch, like, can they go, I'm not going to say the rest of the season, but like, can they put together a good, like, 2-month stretch where they don't have any major injuries?
Be nice. So
Because the
hard to
first,
predict.
because the first month plus has been just like, injury after injury.
Yep. It's really the one thing that kind of could have sidetracked this. The fact that it hasn't is a credit to them. Listen, like to the general 30,000-foot view, we're only a day away from Machado being like, I love playing for Schild. Bogarts, I love Schild. Toddy, I love Schild. Arise, like they're all good. They're all pointing in the right direction. You know what I mean? They're all playing for this manager as hard as you could possibly want a team to play for a manager. So I think that there's nothing to concern yourself with based on tonight. I think they had opportunities in this game. It may look different if they cash in early. To your point, if Xander rips a single through the left side, they score 2 runs in the first inning. If Xander comes through in the fourth inning, if Manny rips a ball through the left side in the seventh inning after it was 3-2 to make it 5-2, right? Like they could have added on and they could have made this game feel different. I don't think they allowed 10 runs in an inning if they had a 4 or 5 run lead in the seventh inning, would be my guess. But they didn't. They left the Yankees very much in the game. Yankees capitalized on that. Aaron Judge hit a very soft home run in this game. Not his fault, just is what it is. You just wash it. You just wash it.
Yeah, I mean, that home run by Judge tonight was a homer in only 2 ballparks.
Crazy.
Like, that ballpark is so fake. So, and it's Judge, so it's like you're bound to give up something right now. I mean, the guy is literally the best hitter in baseball, and it's not even particularly close.
Yeah.
Like tonight, what did he do tonight? Yeah, 1 for 3. That's
What's he
holding him
hitting?
down. What?
What's he hitting now?
He's hitting 412. So his average actually dropped in this series.
He's come back to earth.
Going into this series, he was hitting 423. But another home run, 1275 OPS. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's fine. And even King said, I'm reading Kevin Acey's postgame article, or I saw it earlier. He said, I missed middle. I'm not expecting to get that back. And he also said, I'm trying to find it. He also said, I think the exact quote was, I had nothing, is what Michael King said. Like he was just kind of on fumes and just working his way through the outing. And he still went 6 innings. It's interesting because I thought to myself before I saw the quote, Jim, I thought, could King have started the 7th inning? He only threw 90 pitches. I say only. It's also only May. It's not like it's the postseason, and you will need him. But I did think about that, before I heard him say that he just didn't have it. So it made sense. 90 pitches is enough. It's only May 6th. But I think you get later in the year, and a guy like Michael King's going to start the 7th inning probably, working on 90 pitches.
Yeah, later in the year for sure. He's a guy that has turned into a workhorse. He's turned into a guy that can go deep into games. I think that going into last year, you had no idea what you're going to get from Michael King, and now you look at Michael King, he's your ace, which is kind of incredible. Like he is the most reliable to me, even though Nick Pavetta's had maybe a better season, but Michael King is your ace. He is your game 1 starter. He is your game 7 starter. He is your ace. There's a reason.
Feel confident.
There's a reason why he got the opening day nod here for the Padres this year. They feel the same way about Michael King.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I would feel confident in Michael King pitching a game 1 of a playoff series or a decisive game of a playoff series. And it's not that I wouldn't feel confident with Nick Pivetta. But I just think Michael King has shown it over a longer period of time. He's in his 2nd season with the Padres, and he's basically done this for both of the years he's been in the Padres uniform. We've seen it from Pivetta for 7 starts. I feel like I've seen it from Michael King for 35 plus starts, 40 starts.
Yep.
By and large. So JD's third, thank you, man, for the super. Says, do we still have the best bullpen in baseball? By ERA, yes. Listen, I don't think you can change your opinion on the bullpen based on one game. If it was game 2 of the year, sure, you'd be like, this bullpen sucks. Look at game 2. They let 10 runs. You can't do that. They had 34 effective games, better than that. 34 probably good games, better than good. And then they had tonight. So, yes, by ERA, they have the best bullpen. I think even subjectively, you could certainly argue they've got as good of a bullpen as there is in the sport, even with tonight.
In a must-win game, is Wandy Peralta pitching in that game likely?
No, he ain't even in like the bullpen in a must-win game.
Right.
Is he even going to be on this team after the trade deadline if they add like a reliever or two? Maybe.
He was on the team last year, but he was like shunned away. He was like, yeah, we're never pitching you. Which is
good point.
Likely what's going to happen this year. And guess what? AJ will go out and get another reliever. So, yeah, they still have the best bullpen in baseball. Estrada, Adam, and Suarez didn't pitch tonight. They're pretty good.
Point. Yep.
Morahone did not have a good night, but this season he's been good, and he's going to be put into situations where he's going to be relied on again for sure. But also Morahone's not like, in the same class as Estrada, Adam, and Suarez are.
Yeah, no doubt. I agree. But he was part of the Four Horsemen yesterday.
He was, and then he died tonight. He literally died.
He's like, he decided to take the next race off like Sovereignty. He's not going to be in the Preakness apparently for whatever reason. HBBBV, thank you. Says, blame KUSI. Poway Dad's MLB Network played video today. Wow.
Did they? Why? Why would they play that?
That's bad karma. Come on, MLB Network. Why? It has nothing to do with the Yankees, right?
Yeah, why would they do that?
Yeah.
If they did it, if they even did that at all. Which
I blame MLB Network.
Which I don't fully believe they did, but if they did, then why did they do that?
Who knows? Thank you, HBBV. We'll get back to the conversation. I wanted to show, by the way, our viewers, look, it's not just MLB globes. Look at the screen right now. Look at those beautiful, are those Earths? Those are all Earth globes. Okay?
Yes, they're all map globes.
They're map globes. Okay. Yeah. If you want those, or if you want an MLB globe like this Padres globe, or any of the 30 teams, they're officially licensed through Major League Baseball. Click the link in the description down below. Use promo code PWS10 and get 10% off. They spin automatically with artificial or natural light. This company is in San Diego. This technology was invented in Cardiff by the sea here in North County. So great gift idea for the baseball fan in your life, or maybe the fan of Earth that you have in your life. Maybe you have people that love maps that you know. You can pick up a MOVA globe. They've got so many different globes, but they have all 30 Major League Baseball teams, including the Padres. It's perfect for the baseball fan in your life that has everything else. Get 10% off with promo code PWS10.
Yeah, you want a MOVA globe? Use our promo code. Then use our promo code and get a MOVA globe today. Click the link in the description below. PWS10. Get a MOVA globe. How you doing?
I really like that. Do you have one that looks like that, by the way? Your second globe? Is that one of those cool shiny ones? What's your second globe look like?
Mine is just it's like
Clouds?
An Earth globe.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't look like that though. Those are cool.
I think those are really cool. I want more MOVA globes.
I want like 10 MOVA globes.
Hey, Michael, did you hear that?
Oh,
we want more MOVA globes. I want to give away a MOVA globe.
Yes.
To myself. Hey, the winner of this MOVA globe.
Nobody, none of you, just to myself.
All right. So what do you think? Season over after all that? Is that what we've determined? That
yes,
it was a good run.
Season's over for everybody. Every season's over for everybody.
What are we looking like tomorrow in the Bronx weather-wise?
That's a very good question.
I'm going to tell you.
Schaefer.
So what's today?
Today is, hold on, I got it right here. Tomorrow in the Bronx. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're fine.
We good?
Yeah, they're good. It's going to be like sunny with like clouds.
Sunny with clouds. Okay.
Yeah, it's fine. There's like 50% chance of rain, but you know what? That means there's also a 50% chance of no rain.
By the way, when are we going to get the John Boy how many times did Schilt curse last night? Breakdown.
It might take 2 weeks. That's a lot of cursing you got to do.
I bet he cursed. How many times do you think he actually cursed in that tirade? 50?
At least 40 to 50.
Have you followed this? I think John Boy had it the other night too. Did you follow the whole Pavetta tipping pitches? We didn't even talk about that. This has come up a couple times now.
Yes.
He's like, look, if his glove is on his chest, it's going to be a breaking ball. And if his glove is away from his chest, it's going to be a four-seam fastball. And that was just from John Boy on like the television. And there was something earlier in the season with Pavetta, potentially with that runner at second base. I forget the circumstance. I think it was against the Giants when he barked back at the runner at second base. Maybe the bullpen was tipping pitches today.
Here's the thing. I trust Ruben Niebla, and if he is tipping pitches, that will get fixed very quickly.
Yeah, it will. It will.
It was all about
if you're tipping pitches,
yeah, the way he's holding
it's
his
kind of
glove.
on you.
It is, and hey, if he's tipping pitches, he must be real good to still have a 2-something ERA.
Yeah, he's been amazing. Does he even have a 2-something ERA, or is it lower than that right now for Pavetta?
It's in the 2s.
It's in the 2s. Okay.
Yeah, what is it? He has a 2.01 ERA. So,
jeez.
Yeah.
So just a tick over 2. Danny Redbirds, thank you for the super. And guys, if you're here, subscribe. And if you're here, thank you for the super chats. Just click the $sign below the chat box like Danny Redbirds did. He says, hypothetical. Boys, you're AJ. What moves before deadline? I know it's a little early. Humor me. Well, we're about 85 days from the trade deadline of July 31st. I mean, let's just use positions of need. You talked about it today. Maybe it's left field. Maybe it's catcher. You can always use more bullpen arms. We'll see where they are with their rotation come the end of July. Is Darvish back? How effective are these pitchers? Are they healthy? But what do you think? I mean, maybe a starting outfielder, potentially, and certainly a bullpen piece because you can't have too many.
Yeah, I would look at outfield right now. Especially left field. I don't know where you could look, but I mean, I know the name that everyone. Let's see here. Where is it? Oh wait, no, just kidding. Yeah, no, sorry, wait, no, my bad. Sorry. Left fielder. I would say, yeah, catcher, and then bullpen.
What about like specific bench piece for like, I don't know, maybe depending on what they need. Like, do you need a right-handed bat off the bench with power? I'm making it up. Do you need speed off your bench? I don't know. By and large, their roster looks pretty good for the first 2 months of the season. That'll probably change as the season goes on. They will have specific needs. You brought up an interesting point. Like the Padres have not scored at a great clip. I think they're third lowest in runs scored in the National League. You brought that up earlier today on John and Jim. But again, their pitching has been elite. But like this hasn't been some power laden group. Their power's been fine. They don't have like the fewest home runs in baseball, but they're nowhere near the top either. Now you get Jackson Merrill back. Let's give it a couple of weeks and see if that power shows like it did the first 10 days of the season. But you got Tatis is a legitimate power threat. And from there, Jim, you got some guys that have hit a couple of home runs. And that's what you got right now.
You know, there's a guy. Wait, hold on. Actually, I was going to say this guy, but looking at his contract, I'm like, no, just kidding.
Ohtani?
No, not Ohtani. Actually, I was looking at Aaron Judge. Probably not going to be able to get Aaron Judge. No, I was looking at Jorge Soler with the Angels. Problem is he's making 13 this year and he's making 13 next year at 34 years old. Probably not going to be trading for that.
It's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money for just a DH. But he's kind of like a name I would look at as like a guy like that out there on a 1-year deal instead of a 2-year deal. I mean, I wouldn't want Jorge Soler for the long haul.
I'll give you a name.
All right, give me a name.
That doesn't really work for the postseason, but it's a damn good name.
Are you saying Jerkson Profar?
I mean, is it going to work out in Atlanta? You got off on the wrong foot. It's still an
But
affordable
you're not
deal.
taking that deal, bro. You're not taking that
It's
deal
not
back.
a bad deal, but if we don't want Soler, to your point, for 13 a year, I'll take freaking Profar.
0 chance.
Okay, I agree. And he has no impact in the postseason because he's not eligible for the postseason. It's not happening. The ship obviously sailed. Jerkson Profar, but shoot, he goes to SDFC games with Manny Machado. He'd fit right in.
Of course he would, John. Of course he would fit right in.
He's like the greatest Padre ever.
Yeah.
Not really. We'll listen to the super chats point. As we get closer, you'll start hearing names. What teams are out of it? What teams are buying? What teams are selling? What are the Padres' needs? What do their injury situations look like? What are they lacking? What's their record? How are they playing? Like, there's so many factors to consider between now and July 31st. Now, that doesn't mean AJ couldn't do something beforehand. He could. I mean, it's possible, June or early July, that can happen. But typically, you're thinking about the last week of July, and that's still forever away in baseball terms. I mean, it's just forever away. So there's plenty of time. And I'm not overly concerned because they're 23 and 12. So, just continue to do what they're doing, and hopefully that'll be enough to get them to the trade deadline.
Exactly.
Let's see here, guys. We've been telling you about our friends over at Underdog Fantasy, and make sure to use promo code PADSWRAP. That's PADSWRAP, and you're going to get a free gimme pick and a 50% deposit match up to $1,000. Click the link in the description down below. Get that free gimme pick and a 50% deposit match up to $1,000 with promo code PADSWRAP. You can play across multiple sports. For example, Padres Yankees tomorrow. Toddy's homering tomorrow. I'm sorry. Someone said sit him. He's homering.
Off a guy with a 1 ERA, he's hitting 2 bombs.
You know who else is homering tomorrow? Judge. Okay. So,
all of them. Yes. Judge is homering tomorrow with Dylan Cease. That's for sure.
Right. That's happening. Now, is Fried allowing 6 hits tomorrow? I don't see that. Or do we?
Everybody's hitting home runs tomorrow. It's going to be like a 9-8 game, dude.
I'm with you. All right. I'm going to say higher than 5.5 hits for Fried. I'm going to say absolutely higher than 4.5 hits allowed for Dylan Cease.
For sure.
And then let me pair it with NBA. Jalen Brunson, he falls out of bed scoring like 35 points. So
have Steph Curry lower than 1 games played remainder of the postseason, because it's not happening.
Steph Curry higher or lower than a half torn hamstring. I'll take higher. That's free money. He's fine, by the way.
No, he's not. He's dead.
I guarantee to you he plays in game 3 and scores 23 or more points in the game.
I will bet you a burrito. No, I will bet you sushi. I'll bet you sushi.
Okay, I'll do it.
That he does not play the rest of the series.
What do you know? Seriously. You know his track record or his history? Like, why do we say that? I mean, it looked like a nagging. Well, you think this is Merrill here?
Took Merrill a month to get back off a hammy, and he plays baseball. Steph,
did you hear Shaq? Shaq's like, this guy's old. Did you hear that? Like 50
he's
seconds.
37. He's my age.
He's put some icy hot on it. He's not your age. You're 36.
I know he's older than me.
True. He's younger than me.
Do you want to make that bet right now? You want to do it?
Yeah, I'm in.
All right, sushi bet. He won't play the rest of the series.
If he does, I get sushi.
If he does, you get sushi.
All right. Well, here's the deal. If that hits at Underdog, and it's nothing to do with Steph Curry, $10 pays $6.32. By the way, you can flex it, which means you only have to get 4 to 5 correct or 5 out of 6 correct, and you can still win money. Click the link in the description down below. Use promo code PADSWRAP. That's PADSWRAP. Get the free gimme pick and the 50% deposit match up to $1,000. Do it.
Do it.
Now, Not Me Solo says burritos and sushi are not on the same level and price point.
I can find a $10 sushi roll with a $10 burrito.
Yeah, I like sushi. I mean, we both like sushi and burritos. We both like sushi. So I'm down. And there's a sushi joint near where we work. Although it used to be way more conducive because the show used to start at 3 and I had way more time. But now that the show starts at 2, everything is awful because there's just like no time.
awful.
Awful. Like whoever came up with a 4-hour radio show, like whenever that first happened,
You're an
like
idiot.
that was a bad idea.
It
What are we
makes
supposed to talk
no
about?
sense. It makes no sense.
Put it in the chat. What do you want to hear more of on John and Jim? Because we have 4 hours. Is there something we're missing? Because we need segment ideas.
Yeah, what do you got for us, guys?
Come on, produce the show. We don't have one.
Right, we don't have one. They did not start at all, by the way. It's like 97.3 started. I'm like, no, they did not.
They didn't invent the 4-hour radio show. Maybe in the town they did.
It's like an
Thanks,
Odyssey
97.3.
like initiative that you have to have a 4-hour show, which is dumb.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Oh, JD's third says Warriors talk.
Well, their season's going to be over soon, so.
You guys replayed D. Smith when you were only 3 hours? Did we?
No, we didn't.
No. This is funny.
Well, then I'm blocking you.
What about James saying who's hot, who's not? What do you think about that for a segment idea?
Oh, yeah. That'd be great.
Take calls.
So when you think about it, we don't do 4 hours of radio. We do 5 hours of content every day.
Yeah. They should put like a small little statue outside iHeart. Not big. Like this size. Like just like a miniature statue of me and Jim. Honestly, the fact that we've been on the air doing John and Jim for 4 years, the fact that anyone listens, I mean, they should be putting us on like freaking top of stationery, right? I mean,
it's so funny. They're like, oh, this is a great opportunity for you guys to have another hour of the show. I'm like, yo, this ain't fucking like FM talk radio. Not even talk radio. This ain't FM radio where it's like, hey, coming up next, we got more Taylor Swift. Talk to you guys in 40 minutes.
Right.
Like,
it's just it's so different, you're saying.
So different. So completely different. It's not even funny.
Yeah, like until you do, and again, you know, it's a first world problem.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a first world problem. I mean, it's not impossible to work from 2 to 6.
No.
But it's kind of it.
And then to top it off, it's like, you know what? The Padres are going to be playing during your show. And then guess what else? Like, you know, it's like whatever.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Speaking of our radio show, if you wouldn't mind voting.
Rich has an idea.
Oh, what was it? Dude, I'll do that. I'll extend the show to talk bracketology.
We're not talking bracketology or realignment.
I go longer. That's a good point.
This is a good point by Daniel. Talk slower.
Yeah, we could do that. Or we could play more commercials. Sports poetry. Let's do haikus.
I could talk slower.
I got a good one. Wandy Peralta. Inherited runner score. Wandy Peralta. Talk about the upcoming schedule. I love that.
Spin rate. No, I'll leave that for other people that whatever.
I think there's a link in the description down below for the best of UT readers poll. You could replay the wrap-up show for the final. This has honestly been thought of before, replaying the wrap-up show on radio. The problem is Jim curses and the format and the timing.
Yeah.
I get it. Most people work more than 4 hours. The thing is, we're not only working 4 hours. We have to like prepare in theory. We have to like book guests and we have to have things to discuss. So we work more than 4 hours. Trust me.
Yeah.
Anyway, vote for us. Okay. Best of UT readers poll. And we're nominated for best sports talk radio show somehow. We need your support. I think the balloting is going to close 1 week from today. I just put a link in the live chat. I think I pinned a link at the top of the live chat. You can click the link in the description down below as well. If you wouldn't mind voting for us, we appreciate it. Click on the tab that says 6 more or whatever it says and click on media. It's not overly conducive to voting, but scroll down.
And doesn't even have the right name for us either. It's like John and Jim on Extra 1360. You're like, what the fuck?
There it is. John and Jim on Extra 1360. Sure, we haven't been on Extra 1360 in 2.5 years, but if you want to vote for John and Jim, all you have to do is hit the check mark, hit submit, and put in your email. That's all you have to do. You don't have to vote for any other category. We appreciate your vote. Voting closes 1 week from today. So if you watch the show, if you listen to John and Jim, if you like the wrap-up show, if you support us, it doesn't cost you a penny. It takes about 30 seconds. We would appreciate it if you did that for us.
Please vote for us.
Please.
Please vote for us.
Have you thought about doing, and I do think that, have you thought about doing a WWE wrap-up show?
No, but I have thought of like other things that aren't. I've thought of other things. It's just, I don't know.
What is another thing you've thought of? Because now I'm curious.
Like a Star Wars channel or a WWE channel or like a MCU channel or like, yeah.
Bro, that category is a little saturated.
I know.
Now, you might be able to get in. Why don't you do it with like Brent? Does Brent have a computer? Brent would be freaking good. Brent would be, listen, Brent doing, what's Brent's number one like knowledge point?
Movies.
Okay, movies. Fair. So do Star Wars. He knows everything. He knows everything. Han Solo, he probably knows like if he wins or loses or something. You could do one about what's the freaking Disney Plus show you guys love? Mandalorian.
Okay, well, you only do those things when the show's out, John. You don't just like
That's
talk
perfect.
about it.
Like it, so you're in the off season right now. But when Mandalorian starts back up, I'm saying, man, you could have like 10,000 people watching that thing live, breaking down, do like breakdowns. Brent knows all that stuff.
All right, we're starting on Monday.
You and Brent? I'm dead serious when I tell you do all the legwork, you do all the channel stuff. Have Brent just pop up
all the legwork.
Well, you have to.
I know. No, I'm not doing that.
No, but it's not bad. Just do all that stuff and then have Brent show up. Now, does Brent have a microphone? Does Brent have a computer? Does Brent have a camera?
No,
he could call in. He could join you, come over to your house. You guys could do it together. It'd be kind of adorable.
All right, stop it.
All right. All right. We'll be back tomorrow, 2 p.m. San Diego Sports 760. We'll get you ready. Kevin Acey will join us before the game, by the way. So join us at 2 p.m. We'll get you ready for Dylan Cease opposite Max Fried, rubber match at Yankee Stadium in New York. 4:08 will be the start time Pacific, and then we'll catch up with you tomorrow night as well. Wrap-up show. Please support our partners, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance, our title sponsor. Mova Globes. Use promo code PWS10 for 10% off. SeatGeek. $20 off your first order of $50 or more. Use promo code PODSWRAP. And also Underdog. Get that free gimme pick and a 50% deposit match. Click the link in the description down below. Upcoming schedule.
Ready
go
for
to
this?
Padres.com. Yeah, what do you have?
All right. So, Yankees tomorrow, 4:05. Off day Thursday. Then we're traveling to Colorado for 3 games, John.
We're going?
We're ending the road trip on Sunday. We're coming home and we're facing the Los Angeles Angels